Ah, I'm such a jerk. But anyway, Joe's voice was cold, not with any effort. He turned to the red and pulled the lever. That's fancy. Slide it open. With a sound in the middle and metal, the door opened. It only remained for 9 seconds, no time to think. Go! Joe and Lucy looked at the companion and jumped to the door, escaping out one after another. No sooner did they enter than all too familiar noise sounded from their left wrists. The dinner is activated. Joe looked back only once and saw Lotus and Clover on the other side of the closing door. They stood still, stopped where they had been and reached the red. The feet and desperation on their faces tore at Jamel's heart, and the door closed and they were gone. You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch, Jabal! This isn't fair! Sin ran on Jabal, lightning crackling in his eyes, knuckles white. Here's what you just did. You left them out there and they can't... Shut it! That's enough! It hadn't been Jabal that spoke, but it was 7. Right in front of the dead, and none of this is gonna matter. Clock was ticking. Red was their only chance of survival. Least they could find it and inject faith or detonate as forward than would be. We got less than a minute left. No time for screwing around. Let's get moving. They scattered and began to scour the room. The activated device nowhere to be found. The corridors stretched out in 3 directions, but each one was blocked up by a wall of metal. There's only one way out. The other door. There! 7 reddened for the door, a rusty iron thing. His large hand grabbed hold of the handle and pulled. The room inside was pitch black. They could see nothing beyond the small patch of light that spilled through the doorway. Philip stuck his hand to the door and looked at the room. Almost immediately he spotted the blinking red light in the right wall. I found it! Dead's right over here. He stepped into the room and nearly fell down. The floor was slippery. What? He stopped and glanced down at his feet. What was... Hey, what the hell are you doing? Get over here! Get over there. Drill for 7's every hand to get his back and stumble across the room. The other 3 plied in behind him. I also knew that something was wrong. Then they could be easily identified only since that something terrible started the room with him. There's no time to say so. Quick! Get to the dead! So they all started running. The dark was hard to tell where the wall was. All they could see was a tiny red light blinking at them over and over and over. Finally, suddenly they were there. Look, says they will slam their head against the scanner panel. And we're safe. Sam leaned against the wall, gulping air. His breath began to turn normal. He glanced at his restless and grunted. It stopped. It stopped. Joe heard him laughing in the dark, but it could barely make out the large man's face. What the... Senator Retchin cleaned his hand in his direction. What the hell is that smell? This vile. I'm gonna puke. This was where they had been in the race to the dead that no one had noticed the horrible smell that pervaded the room. It was a terrible, nauseating stench, like burnt and rotten meat. Adrenaline drowned it out, but now it rolled over Javille in waves, forcing itself into his nose with every breath he took. He felt his stomach clench and bile rise up in his throat. Get the lights on first. We'll switch over here. Lights buildings from the door barely illuminated a small switch plate next to the door. Slowly, the toll of the last few minutes spent in this gate, 7 walked towards it. Ew, swishy sound. He stopped as he got close and extended his fingers towards the switch. Oh, God. What is that? There was a soft click as the lights came on. It fiercely faded when the noise pierced the air. A scream. Joe's breath stopped in his throat. His heart ceased to beat. Time froze. His mind scrambled to make sense of what he saw before him. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny mountains in a great red sea. A vast rugged hole had been turned in the torso, and what remained of the intestines spilled out like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat splattered against the wall, and they stuck there became dried. Blood was a yellowish fat with trails like like slugs as gravity pulled them down to the wall, even as they dried to it. Looks like an explosion. Dinosaurs are slow and strained. Just like the Ninth Man. Didn't earn his place to set off the bomb in his gut. Look at the explosion had been quite powerful. Legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his inola. His blade lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to shatter the display, which lay on the ground in pieces. Harris had suddenly collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes too were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the grey slacks. All familiar to Japel. Is that snake? He was wavered as he spoke, his mouth dry. Oh my god. Finally Japel spoke. Why did this happen? No! Only June was screaming, her voice broken. It was an eerie scream, full of insanity and not entirely human. No! 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 Took her head violently and grabbed fistfuls of her own hair. Joe could hear a sound of hair tearing. No! Stop it, June! He grabbed her wrist. As he did, June leapt up and ran. Towards the exit. Please! Get me out of here! You have to let me out of here! She screamed at the door and her fist slammed against it with a hollow sound. Phil could hear the drops of blood on her knuckles. Why are you doing these horrible things to us? What did we do to deserve this? He screamed again, a desperate and mindless cry. Her fist failed against the door. Get me out of here! Please! Please just let me out! Phil couldn't watch anymore. He ran to Jude and wrapped his arm around her, pulling the screaming, going away from the door. No, get off of me! Let me go! Let me go! He scrambled for a moment, her legs skittering across the floor, but resistance didn't last long. Suddenly the drops began and it was over. Magnetic energy disappeared and her body was limp in Japel's arms. June collapsed towards the floor and Japel knelt down with her. Phil dropped something warm and wet. Was she crying? A moment later she began to sob. Shoulder shook and great hot tears spilled down her face like rain. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright, June. It's gonna be okay, Candy. Name was a whisper. I'll be here with you, okay? She nodded once. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy. Trembling voice pulled at Jumpel's heart. He stroked her hair gently. Her face was so close to her. The scent of her hair was nostalgic. You feel better? Yes. I'd like to stay here. For a little while at least. Jumpy's body is so warm. Some minutes passed before June's tears had dried. Jabel stood up. He bent down, his arms put under June's and helped her to her feet. They didn't speak. Near had Seven or Santa. The person was dead. They died in that room, in a terrible way. Jabel knew there's no way he could make himself forget that. There's no way any of them forget it, but mourning would do them no good. They tried to search the room, but felt as their heart was made of lead. Alright, next time we search this room.